Welcome to the Loaded Cannon. Brentford 0, Arsenal 1. And if your team is top of the league, smash that like button right now. Arsenal on top of the league. I did not think I'd be saying that this early this season with the way we've been playing and the strength of Man City. Just even though right now they don't look like the Man City of old. Liverpool, they don't look like the Liverpool of old. I have to admit, Arsenal don't even look like the Arsenal of last season. Every single team to me is not at the level that they know that they can be at. I mean, I'm talking about the contenders. Obviously, there's other teams that are doing better than you might have expected. For example, Villa and our noisy, pointless neighbours down the road that will always end up bottling it anyway. But I'm talking about the contenders. We're all sort of... just not really in a flow or in a groove. You saw Man City and Liverpool today. Neither of them looked impressive. Neither of them looked scary. They've dropped points recently. Arsenal now against Brentford. We weren't a well-oiled, polished attacking machine. And I say attacking because defensively I thought we were really good. Saliba, Gabriel, how good were they? And the protection that Declan Rice gives them in front of them, just absolutely brilliant. I really, really love the resilience and the defensive robustness of this team. We're a proper good team, and it's easy when you're at home and kind of things are flowing. It's those difficult away games. And even though today 2 goal line clearances, Declan Rice and Zinchenko, a Brentford fan might listen to what I'm about to say and say, what you're talking about, those 2 goal line clearances, you got lucky. It's not luck. It's because we're well drilled and the players do the right things. They do those hard yards. They know, I've got to get back here. They sense danger. They're just very well switched on. We're defensively intelligent. And it's away from homes in these games where, as a fan, if you're on the edge of your seat or if you're kind of comfortable. And I'll be completely honest, I didn't think we were going to lose today at any point, even though Brentford had opportunities. I always felt like a draw was the worst case result watching the game. Obviously, you never know what can happen in a game, and Brentford could have scored, but I've just got a lot of faith in Arsenal. Away from home, we're so good, we're so strong, we keep clean sheets, and listen, with our 2 centre-backs, I just think, man, we're very lucky to have them. Such a good pairing. Around them, look, Ben White wasn't in the team today. Sometimes Zinchenko gets dropped or whatever. There's a lot of movement around them this season, whilst last season we had a really, really settled back 4. But those 2 in the middle, they really, really do a job for us. And Declan Rice, as I've said before, just offers so much protection in front of them. He got man of the match today, and it's very, very hard to argue with that. I feel like Saliba, Gabriel, Declan Rice, either one of them could have got man of the match. And Declan Rice, I just think he does so much for Arsenal. £100 million, worth every penny. And if we're going to talk about a big money signing, let's talk about the other big money signing. I'm really happy for Kai Havertz, man. Listen, I'm not his biggest fan. So some of you might be surprised to hear me say I'm really happy for him, because too often in this sort of toxic world of Arsenal Twitter and Arsenal social media, people want to confirm their sort of statements. So if one person says, I don't like this person, he's not a good signing, they find it hard to be happy for that player. I'm not one of those people. Even though I don't think Kai Havertz has been a good signing, I'm not a big fan of him. When he does the business, I'm happy. You know why? He's got a cannon on his chest. And that's what I support. Any player with a cannon on their chest. Doesn't matter who they are. Even flipping Zinchenko with his stupid, inconsistent politics. He's an absolute clown when it comes to that. But on the pitch there, I thought he was really, really good. His goal line clearance, brilliant. And anyway, let's not get into Zinchenko. Let's stick with Kai Havertz. I'm really, really happy for him. Obviously, as we all know, in the international break, he played left back for Germany, and I thought to myself, man, how's that gonna sort of impact him mentally? Because it's like he's not, when you're kind of being chucked left back, and you're an attacking player, you're sort of like a second striker. That's where he made his name for Leverkusen. And now in a national team, you're sort of just being chucked left back. It makes I would look at that and think, like, this manager doesn't think I'm a serious player, or it'd probably like bother me a little bit if I've made my reputation as a particular position, I'm just being chucked left back. But credit to him, he's scored an international break and he's come out today and he's done well enough. I'm not saying it was an amazing performance, but you know what? It doesn't need to be an amazing performance when you're Kai Havertz right now. Right now, you need moments. You need moments to give you confidence, to get everyone behind you, and he did it. And do you know what? We criticise Kai Havertz enough, and I think rightly so. But now, I don't want to hear anyone just say, oh, well, it was a header from 2 yards, etc. Go and watch that goal back. When Saka puts that cross in, Kai Havertz's movement, this is what I've complained about with Kai Havertz in the past, that he's not sharp and decisive. And his movement there was absolutely those two things. It wasn't sort of laboured and, just sort of like slow. He made that decision, I'm going to go now, bang, and he went with intensity. That's what I want to see from Kai Havertz, and it's because of his movement that was a good cross. There was a moment in the game earlier on, I think 49th minute, around that sort of time, Martinelli put a really good ball in. There were Arsenal players in the box. No one made that movement. No one tried to attack that space where that ball was clearly going to go. If Kai Havertz didn't do what he did, that would have been another cross that's just sort of like gone out of play. And everyone would have said, oh yeah, good cross, or some people might have even said bad cross because no one's gone and attacked it. Kai Havertz made that into an assist. Bukayo Saka just put it into a good area, but without that intensity, without that movement, without that sort of like mindfulness to go and attack that important space, that's never a goal. So well done, Kai Havertz. It's funny because his chant, the last line is, Kai Havertz scores again. It's the only time he scored again. He got his first sort of charity goal for Arsenal. This is his first proper goal, and this is the first time he scored again. I hope that the first time he scored, it would give him some confidence. But clearly his performances after that weren't that great. And maybe that's because, he was a little bit even embarrassed to celebrate. Not today. He celebrated. All of the team celebrated. The manager celebrated. You could just see how happy everyone was that Kai Havertz scored that goal. And hopefully now he can go on and just sort of like have a weight lifted off of his shoulders a little bit and say, right, not only did I get the goal, it wasn't given to me, and it wasn't the fourth goal in a regulation win. It was decisive. 89th minute winner. What more could you want? So well done, Kai Havertz. Really, really happy for him. We're top of the league now. And Man City, Liverpool, perfect result for us. It's been a perfect day of football for Arsenal. And now the question is that I wonder is, how do we cope with being the leaders of the pack? I personally don't think that suits Arsenal, but look, we have to see how we respond to this. I actually felt like watching this game, the fact that we weren't very good today, to be honest with you. Even though we weren't bad, don't get me wrong. If any team deserved to win, it was Arsenal. But Thomas Frank even said at the end of the game that maybe a draw would have been a fair result. I think anywhere between a draw and a Arsenal win is a fair result. If Arsenal lost, I would have been a bit hard done by. But yeah, absolutely, I think we were the better team today. You look at a lot of the statistics, we were the better team. And yeah, we got the goal, and I feel like we just about did enough to say that, yeah, we deserve to win. Even in spite of Brentford's chances and the clearances off the line. Ultimately one of them was from that Ramsdale moment, which I'll cover in my 5 at 5 tomorrow. But now let's see how Arsenal cope with being leaders of the pack. Hopefully we can go and do the business. And the fact that we haven't even hit top gear and we're top of the league, for me, speaks volumes. We're a serious team. Hopefully we can go on and win a serious trophy this season. See you tomorrow for the 5 at 5.